Hello, hello, hello. I always wait until it's on YouTube and I can actually see that we're there. And so I see we're officially on YouTube. And I'm so excited to be here today because I have a wonderful, amazing Jennifer Pearson here. And I just found out that she's a shamanic minister. And I'm so excited to have an ordained shamanic minister and certified shamanic breathwork facilitator, spiritual coach, and Reiki Master here. So, I mean,
It's a
my goodness,
mouthful.
she's amazing. She's founded Lighten Your Space in 2015 with the intention of serving those who are learning to integrate woo-woo experiences with their normal life. And since 2020, she has been offered in person, or she has services that she offers in person in Asheville, North Carolina, and virtually around the globe. And she offers one-on-one coaching, group coaching. Give me 1 second here. It's been a really long day. I was just explaining it to Jennifer. But she offers one-on-one group coaching as well as personal healing and shamanic breathwork sessions. And through her journey, her own journey of discovery and healing, Jen has found the importance in validating spiritual experiences, exploring the deepest aspects of the soul, and being connected to the human experience we are all here to live. I am beyond a fan right now of Jen, and I'm so excited that I've got her here with me. I'm a fangirl, so I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for being here with me today. I'm honored and humbled to have you with us. I'm just going to go ahead and just shut that music right on off because I really want to hear what you have to say. It is such an honor to have you here. How in the world did you end up becoming an ordained shamanic minister? I have to hear your story.
It was all over the place. I mean my healing journey has been really, to me, like, the fun of it is just seeing where it takes me and what's new and just kind of being open. And I feel like if I'm drawn to one thing, it's going to open the door to the next thing. And so I was doing energy work and I started looking into breath work, and I had a really crazy experience with shamanic breath work. And so I looked more into that and started learning that. And through the process of becoming a shamanic breathwork facilitator, part of that is becoming, or the option to become, an ordained shamanic minister. So that's where it came in.
That's beautiful. And I've heard about the breath work. I'm a sacred soul light healer. I am level one. I'm not, that deep in yet. I know there's something like three or 400 alignments. I know 112 or something,
Oh my gosh.
but I believe in it, and I've picked up on it because one of the things we do is we breathe out as we're releasing and doing these alignments. And I started burping just thinking about it. But I usually get these weird burps like this, like just coming up and up and up. And I'm thinking, how much hot air was in me? Like, it's amazing though. I mean, have you heard other people have an experience like that?
Well, with the shamanic breath work, the experience is, it's like a 2 hour experience, and you are doing what's called conscious connected breathing. So you're doing a certain breath pattern, and there's music. And so the music is actually attuned to the chakras to activate different centers and different energies at different times. So it can help you like release something you've been holding on to, or you receive a message you've been waiting to hear. So it's like a whole body thing. When we can do breath work in person, there's body work involved, and it's
Mhm.
just really, it's wild and crazy. So yeah, we see a little bit of everything in shamanic breath work. People are moving around and yelling and like really kind of letting it out, and
Wow.
some people are able to really kind of let go and be as weird as they want to be. And honestly, the cool thing about, so it was always done in person, and then this past year nothing was done in person, so there were ways kind of made to shift it online.
Mm,
And some people really held back and felt like that wasn't a good thing, but other people, it was a way for them to really kind of let go of their inhibitions.
mm.
if you're in a room full of 20 people, there's always that one lady who's like, oh, and just like letting it go, and everybody's like, oh, and then there's the other person who just like sits real quiet
It's
and
so
doesn't want to do anything.
uncomfortable.
And
Yeah.
so that person was able to, turn their camera off, be alone in their bedroom, and make as much noise and do whatever they wanted to do, and get to these like deeper levels of release with the home stuff. So I think that the online breathwork is going to stick around, even though initially people were like,
I
I think
love
for
it.
some people it's great.
Yeah, it's going to say now to give someone like me, I'm in Seattle, but it would give someone like me an opportunity to use the work that you do, because I'm not going to go to North, I wouldn't be going there. So it's amazing that it can go anywhere, and that this work. I mean, I'm just really open, even though I've got this certification, I'm still like new to the whole Reiki thing. And what amazes me is our ability to heal others over the internet, over the phone. I mean, it's just incredible how
Right.
much
How does that
energy we
work?
have. Yeah, how does that work?
I don't get it. I mean, really, I'll be the first one to say, I was raised very like logical, scientifically minded, like question everything. And there are still a lot of questions I have in the work I do, but I see it work and I feel it work. You kind of, there's a certain kind of knowing that you get when you hit those kinds of healings, or when you hear those special words you needed to hear and things like that, where that energy can come through. And I think that it's hard to explain. I don't think anyone's given me a good explanation for it yet.
It's amazing. I don't think it's a skill I've yet learned and honed in on, but it's definitely one I want to hone in on, because I believe it's such an amazing skill to know that you can always tap into it time after time after time and get to that place with somebody else. Because that's the whole thing, is getting to that place with the other person. And okay, I'm getting a little deep here, but as you know, I'm an astrologer.
Yes.
I'm an astrologer and I do tarot readings. And my thing is, I went into becoming a sacred soul light healer because I felt that there was this pause at the end of my readings. And what it was, okay, so we discovered it all. Now what?
Right. Now what do we do with it?
And that's why I wanted to add another layer, so that I can give them the now what. Okay, so now this is the plan of action. We're going to do this alignment, that alignment. This is what I felt. This is what I, whatever. And this is, if I heard you correctly, this is what you were going through. And that's help. That's help. But I love that you've taken it even a step higher, with the Reiki and with the shamanic ministry. Um, what kind of experience have you had in doing this kind of work with other people?
It can be really eye-opening. I mean, there's always kind of like when I was talking about the people in the room, there's always the one person who's just like gung-ho and ready and everything is cool. And then there's the people who kind of hold back and take a little longer. But the breath work really it's amazing how that opens people up, because it's such a simple practice. You're just laying there breathing. And honestly, the instruction that we're taught to give is breathe until you're surprised. So there is no like, this is what you're supposed to do. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what you can expect. It's different every time, but it can really unlock such deep healing and such insight into yourself. And there's no predicting what you're going to get out of it. You're going to get out of it what you need. And I love seeing people who just kind of come in with an open mind. They're not really expecting much. They don't really know what to expect. They've never done it before. And they do the breath work and it's like, oh, like there
Wow.
is something to this. And
Wow.
you really it's eye-opening to people. It's almost like I've had people say that it's the closest they've gotten to like a psychedelic experience or something, but you're only using breath and music. And so it's really wild. It's really deep healing. And I just
That's
think it's cool.
amazing.
I love hearing the stories people have when they come out of it. So part of the reason I did shamanic breathwork instead of some of the others is that it has almost a counseling aspect, but like an integration aspect afterwards. So people learn to process what just happened.
Mm.
So if you think of it as, almost a psychedelic experience. People are having these crazy experiences and then you're done, and you don't want to just be like, okay, have a good night, see you tomorrow. So you sit with them and there's an art process, and we talk about what they went through and what that could mean and what it could symbolize and how to kind of take it in and be with that. And that has been really helpful, because the first time I did a similar breath work, I did not have that. And it was really ungrounding and wild. And I knew there was something to the practice, but I knew I needed to know what to do with that practice. And I didn't have that. So that was kind of what led me to the shamanic breath work instead. And so it's cool to be able to kind of unlock that almost dream, I guess dream state is a good way to put it. So, when you think about dreaming, and you can go through a dream and be like, well, I was with my first grade teacher and we had a crocodile and we were walking through the water, but like it all makes sense in the dream.
Right.
But if you had to like do that in real life, it would be terrifying and weird and you don't know. So it's a way for the subconscious to kind of process through and get to these healings and get to these messages and get to these things, kind of like when you're dreaming, but you're awake to process
So
it.
it opens the whole mind, the higher mind, everything. It's
Yeah,
really open to whatever we need to do.
exactly. Whatever you need. Yeah.
That's amazing to me because I do like get into the heart of creation and all of that kind of stuff. And even then I'm like, I don't know if I'm fully integrated in there where I need to be. The fact that there's breathing to take us even deeper in and to make sure and anchor in that we're in that really almost sacred space where, like you said, psychedelic, you can really tap into a lot in that spot. And I only know this place because I've been hypnotized a lot. Okay. And I have a recording of one, or for some reason is my favorite of all of the things I do, and I listen to it often. But I've gotten to a place in this hypnotism where I actually fly and I float, and so I know that feeling of being floaty. I can't explain it, and I
It's
get
like
like a little
spirit,
pain right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if I want to do it that much because he did pass away of a stroke. So I don't know if going into that, but
No,
like
that
I don't
sounds
know if we
scary.
should be going that deep into our third eye or whatever. But I for some reason when I do it, I come back. I not only feel more mellow and relaxed, but it seems like I get calls from people and money starts to flow in, and like I'm coming out in a different place than when I went in. And
Yeah.
so that's why I keep doing it because it's so relaxing.
Yeah. And it just kind of gets you more aligned with your true self. The more aligned you are, mind, body, soul, heart, head, and then all that stuff, the more things come easy and the more that stuff flows. And yeah. So if that's the way that you find that alignment, then you're going to feel that flow. Yeah.
There is a lot of the breathing technique involved in it. And I want to ask you, I'm already interested. You can just put in the chat exactly how I can click on it to find out I can get to the breathing. And anyone can get to the breathing because that is something I really want to tap into that. I know I'm not breathing correctly a lot. When we do the guided meditations and stuff, and you realize, oh, I have not been.
Oh, you're frozen. Uh-oh. Did I lose you? I think we lost her. I don't know if people can hear me or not, but I think Adrian's gone. I don't have any links. or way to see what's on YouTube. So I think we lost her.